Hey, welcome, all my right things. Thanks for tuning in to your boy P Funk on my YouTube channel, doing what I do for you. I'm thinking right. Hopefully you will too. After this lesson today, Black History Month, still in Egypt. Today, writers and 25 rules to live by storytelling. Story with a message in a story. We're gonna talk about we are Egyptian gods and goddesses. Which one are you? Gods male, goddess female. We hear God and goddess, we hear male. It's aspects, meaning physical or masculine and feminine. It ain't always gotta be male or female, but we terminate that way because we understand it. For educational purposes, we're gonna call it male or female. Okay. God and goddesses. We are gods. Which one are you? Here we go. The idea of God is our essence and our personality, the aspects of our character. That's what's godly. When it's good, godly. When it's not good, we call it the devil. We know it as set, ego. If your ego is running you, you're devil driven. You're Satanian. That's set. Satan, sound familiar? Okay, that's where it comes from. Negativity, dark, bad, egotistical, selfish, all these qualities that's in that character, that's what the ego represents. That's who Set represents in you. All these people reside in you. Remember, they all reside in you. These are aspects of your personality. There you go. Here we go. The word God means all powerful, no limits, creator of all things. The Egyptians know that. They call it the Netta. They call it the Nebuchadnezzar, all encompassing, meaning one supreme being delegating and emanating everything from him in the world to make it work, to make it function. And when it's all said and done, after we learn the creation story, it's a great understanding of how things was created, and it makes a lot of sense. My thing is, if you're teaching, I don't want spooky, I don't want ooh. No, I need clear, concise information that a person can take, obtain, use it, and benefit from it. That's teaching. That's having knowledge. That's gaining knowledge. That's being education. All right? Learning something that will benefit you is education. Learn a bunch of nonsense that not going to do nothing for you later on in life is a waste of our children, our kids' time. Trust me, half the stuff that they're teaching don't mean jack. And they know that. They just do it because they can get away with it. And it's been that way for a long time, so why change? If it's wrong, change it. If you're doing something that ain't working for you, you need to change. That's all. Here we go. That's what in us greater that's what's in us is greater than what's in the world. In the Christian Bible, all these theories that we throw, all these verses that we get from the Bible, the Christians didn't come up with that. The Gnostics, which was before the Christian form, that's what they were. The offcasts, the offshoots of the Judaism concept. Remember that time when the Christian came about, Judaism was Christ was a Jew, so he wasn't Christian. They converted this concept into Christhood Christianity. Be homework, people. That's all it is. Due diligence. I call it due diligence to find out something for yourself. I love doing my due diligence. I like to have information that I can expound on and talk about. Why? After I got it, after I've attained it, after I secured it, and make sure the source I'm getting it from reliable. Information I'm getting makes sense. I'm not gonna come here and give you something that I don't subscribe to or don't believe in. I wouldn't do that to you. That's the difference. Here we go. The Egyptian gods. Here we go. We have the power to do all things through. They say Christ. I say God. I don't substitute God for another human being in his state. Son of God, Haru, I know that concept, but I don't follow it from the Christian perspective. I don't have a problem with that. You can believe in Christ. You can call Jesus. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't. That's all. Still the same person, God. I just don't use the middleman. I go straight to the source. That's my viewpoints. That's right thought philosophy where it differs with religion. Okay, that's one of them. Here we go. Next one is, what gods are you? When we say God, we mean the aspects of your character. Okay? We find out which kind of God are you. They had the question, you look at your character, just like the zodiac, they tell you your horoscope. Guys, they got all that come from Egypt again. Here we go. Each God has a special gift or talent, a special skill aspect of their character that you can use to your benefit. that will raise you to another level of understanding and knowledge of self. That's what it's all. That's God's gift, talent. If you got the talent to throw a ball far or fast or shoot a basketball accurately, that's God's given talent. You have to cultivate it, meaning practice. Iverson, practice. Every great athlete, every great performer, anybody that considered to be great had to put in the work. The talent was given to them, but they also cultivated by putting in the work. That's the key. Here we go. Next one is we have all these God's aspects in us. You have to bring it out. We got everything that's in us. Everything we need is inside. Let's bring it out. That's the key. If we're looking for stuff that's in us in the outside world, you're never gonna find it. That's what I mean by being lost. Okay. We have all these God aspects in us. You have to bring it out. Just rescue them. You can become like the God by practicing the aspects of that God, which is your character, by bettering it and perfecting it. And once you master it, you are that God. That's what it's all about. When you master that God's aspect, you raise your spiritual knowledge of that particular concept or that particular character that's within you. It ain't out there. Trust me, you get better at it, you become proficient, it becomes fun. Why? Because you can see the difference now. You live in it, you see it, you watch it manifest, and it plays itself out for any and everybody. I hear testimonies every week at church. I just don't get up and speak mine because I will start crying. Yeah, your boy is soft. Why? Because my heart get filled. I'm going to cry. It's my thing. It's personal. It's a God thing. It's the spirit in me that makes me do that. Here you go. Learning the God will help you. Learning the God will help you and me. How? How would it help me to become the God within myself? When you become the best you, because you're working on being the better you, the best you can be, that's what it's all about. My brother, I'm in the middle of this. I'm in the middle of the class right now, dude. As we speak. What's going on, dude? Alright, I'm here. You know the deal. Alright, boss. Yep, got you. Yeah. That's my other half, checking in. I'll tell you about him some other time, but yeah, I got the other half. Back to what I was doing. He just told me to do my thing. Alright. The right thoughts, philosophy, purpose to teach you how to live godly through daily practice of the laws and rules that we set forth. I give you rules to live by. Why? To live by them. When you do it, you will see why. Excuse me. When you practice right thoughts, philosophy, and mimicking the gods of your choice, that's what you want to do. I took them all. I told you. I had the choice. I want them all. You see, I got my shirt. I want every aspect. I want them all. That's a true master. Okay? You grow and become a mystic. Go further, you become a guru. Sage is an enlightened being. I'm that now, so I'm working my way up the ladder. Here we go. Hopefully, I can get to the top. Next one is Egyptian knew living a righteous life was the way to the afterlife. I digress. Let's move on. Okay, here we go. Mental discipline will keep you on track to becoming godlike. I told you in my mission statement, with spiritual and mental discipline will help you obtain that level of spiritual excellence within yourself. It takes work. Here we go. Each God aspect that you master, you will have become mentally better. Okay? Your mental discipline rises every time you master a level of godliness that you study, learn, manifest, and you'll see for yourself. Trust me, it's fun. Here we go. It takes mental discipline to focus on your personal goals and to reach them. My daughter is going for a PhD. She ain't caring about nothing other than her goals to get what she wants out of life. A lot of people don't have that intestinal fortitude. I respect and admire her for that purpose. Again, why? She knows what she wants, and she's doing everything she need to do to get what it is she wants. She ain't to be swayed. She ain't be to not denied or deterred from what she's doing. Her point around is what she's doing. I love it. Most people don't have that kind of desire. But if you want something, if you want it, you do what you need to do. Trust me, it's in the blood. Here we go. Mental discipline will help you stay on track. Mental discipline is how you become better. The things that you want to do or things that you If you can't push through and overcome negative thoughts or a situation that may take you away from what you're doing, then you will fail. You will lose. That's what mental discipline does. It keeps you on track. That's what it's for. Here we go. Mental discipline is what drives you to be better with your daily practices. Once you get good at doing something on a day-to-day basis, it's called muscle memory. It becomes habit form. It becomes regular. It becomes routine. It becomes you. Trust me. Here we go. Mental discipline is the Anubis state of mind. Anubis was the original, I'm just doing my job type of guy. All he gonna do is what he was set out to do. Like my daughter, she got a PhD on her mind. She ain't gonna stop until she gets that PhD. She got a master's. She ain't satisfied. I ain't mad at her. Okay. In life, you set the bar. Don't let nobody tell you how high or how far you can go. You should be telling them. Here we go. Last one. Let's go. Ooh, I'm doing. Okay. Living God's will. What does it mean by living God's will? If you are religious, if you consider yourself a Muslim, a Jew, or a Christian, you have to follow God's commandments, God's rules, and God's law. That's why I got laws. My yacht started with the laws. It ain't just nothing new. So understand that. Here you go. When you learn God's laws, you live by them, and you'll see the rewards is great. Abundance. That's what that means. When you do God's will, you understand what abundance means. So I'm going to let that stay right there. Here we go. Next one. If you know God's aspect, you use them to your advantage and live them. The gods that you portray, once you start living them, you'll see it play itself out. Trust me, it works. Next one is, if you don't know God's aspect, you can't live them. You can't live God's will if you don't know him. Ignorant people don't live God's will. That's why they don't get into the afterlife. Only knowledgeable, conscious, spiritually awakened people get to the afterlife. That's what it's for. So we know it ain't for everybody, but it's opportunity for everybody to achieve that goal within their own time and place. And your spirit gonna have to go through body after body until that body and mind come together. That spirit and mind had to make that connection for you to have the Nihas, and then the ticket is a one way. Most other way, reincarnation. Okay, lighten. Unenlightened. Make a decision. It's yours. You can call your shots. In life, we get to do that. That's free will. I do God's will because it's my choice. Not nobody making me do it. God ain't making me live my will. Nope. He just showed me, if you do this, young man or old man right now, this is what I can do for you. I'm on board. Young people, if you want a job, work for God. That means work for yourself. Involve yourself with yourself, know yourself, and then you can do everything else you want through what? That strength, that understanding, knowledge of self, that strengthens you. They call it Christ. I call it knowledge of self, God. Okay? Here we go. Living right is God's will for us. It's man's intent. It's man's ultimate goal to get back to his maker. They profess it in every religious context. It ain't nothing new. This ain't a new concept, a new view. No, it's been there all the time. Just that from this part of the country, they took it that way. The eastern part took it that way. Western civilization took a part. Everybody took a part of Egypt and made it their own. Hence, motherland. Hence, creator. Hence, the beginning of all things. Why? Because without her doing what they did by the Egyptians, following God, living God, and putting for thousands and thousands of years on end, we probably wouldn't be here now doing what we're doing. So, yeah, Egyptian important part of what we do. The last one is, I have mastered all my God's aspects. That's why I live the way I live. That's why I do what I do, because I understand, I know, and I have manifested and proved it to myself. First of all, now I can give it to you. Why? I know it works. Remember, I'm my own guinea pig. If I give it to you, I'm trying already. If I'm professing it, I'm living it. If I'm giving it to you, I already did it. Trust me. That's the whole part about being a good teacher, a good leader, and somebody a good standard. I'm not giving you something I don't do. I'm not going to advise you on something that I don't do. I take my own advice. I live what I profess. How many people can say that? I ain't claiming to be perfect. I ain't claiming to be no. But I'm a real, honest, sincere dude. God-fearing, wife-loving, children raising, hard-working, good dude. That's it. Ain't nothing special about me, except I do the things that I need to do for me. That makes it special. When you can profess and manifest what it is you want for yourself, that's God. We all have it. Use it.